Did they go to us? They did. They went to us right out of that Richard Davies commercial. How nice of them. Yeah, you can turn him down in my headphones a little
They
bit.
can't broadcast that, can they?
No, that was a practice.
You know what? That was live on the air by the Flaming Lips. I'm Tricia Halloran. This is Brave New World. We've got Wayne Coyne on vocals and guitar, Michael Ivins on bass. Did I pronounce that wrong? Is that why you're laughing?
It's all right. It's funny.
Sorry. It's not funny. I forgot to check this with you, and then you guys were sound checking. I was doing my show. You want to tell me?
We had
Why don't you introduce the band, Wayne?
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm still Wayne, and that's Michael, and that's Ronald and Steven. Steven.
You have to say what they're playing.
Well, you won't be able to tell if you're just listening to the radio because it all sounds like a bunch of synthesizers anyway.
All right. Well, I do want to point out that Stephen was playing our lovely Baby Grand, and who knows what else he'll head into. But we have a lot of interesting
No, I'm kidding. Right.
gear.
Yeah, there's some like piano and some fake piano and some guitar noises and bass noises and unfortunately my crappy singing.
Your singing is not crappy. It's beloved around here. That song was Brainville off the Flaming Lips' latest album, Clouds Taste Metallic. They'll be playing 3 nights, the next 3 nights, as a matter of fact, at Hollywood Moguls, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't miss it. It'll be a great show. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sorry for that sort of non-introduction, but I thought you wanted to just start without me,
Oh,
so
no.
that's why I just let you go, but you didn't know what I was doing.
Right. Well, we didn't know. We couldn't hear the commercial so well at the very end.
Oh.
What was it? Was the commercial for the Richard Davies thing?
Right. He's going to be here tomorrow morning, live.
Oh, I see. He's
Playing,
coming in
right.
too. I see. Wow.
It's sort of a succession of bands here. We had Luna here this morning, now you guys, then
right,
Richard Davies. We
right.
just keep them kind of churning through here.
That's a good couple of days with Luna and Richard Davies
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
We
Wow.
had Elvis Costello yesterday, so.
Wow.
Hello.
What did he play?
He, I didn't get to hear the whole thing.
I see.
So, but he did a bunch of solo acoustic stuff.
Wow.
It was cool. Anyway, but enough about these other bands. Now that we've had a proper introduction, should we head into something else?
Oh, I guess we could. Yeah.
What would you like to play next?
What are we gonna play next?
What would you like to play next?
We're gonna do "Evil Will Prevail."
Oh, yes. You're playing all my favorite songs, and you don't even know that they're my favorite songs.
These are songs we never play live.
All the
like
somber
with
hits.
the-
Yeah.
With the full-scale band.
Yeah, these are songs we've actually really never played before. We played that Brainville just once before at an in-store, and it was horrible. So, with any luck at all, once it gets over the airwaves, it'll sound better. We're gonna try "Evil Will Prevail."
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
With loving hands, and their arms are stretched so wide they can't even take a breath, knowing That's the end. It just ends.
Evil Will Prevail, performed live by the Flaming
Yeah,
Lips.
and we're sorry we're not more somber. You know, it was,
It's such a somber song, really. Wayne, I think it deserves a more serious attitude.
I know.
I need you to
I know,
really
we
shape
couldn't-
up.
We just couldn't muster up that seriousness that quick.
All right, well, that's okay. But is that song meant to be kind of a prediction or more of a warning?
I think it's more meant as like, you know, you see all these things that are sort of a fake hopelessness of like evil will not prevail. And I think anybody who's lived without being under the influence of drugs for too many years in this world realizes that evil really does prevail, and you just have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So it's not meant to be any kind of like I know better than you sort of religious sort of anything we can do about it sort of statement. It's just kind of real, you know.
So you're not necessarily saying that evil will prevail for, in the future any more than it prevails now. Just in general, evil will generally prevail. So just keep an eye out for it.
I think in general, I think it's much easier for people to do evil to each other than it is to be nice to each other, because the payoff is just so easy and so quick, you know. And why not? You know, it's much easier to just go up and cut someone's throat and take their money than it is to, than to be their friend. And, those things take time and stuff. And so it's just, it's not meant to be that much of a bummer of a song. It's really just kind of a realistic look at things, you know. But, that's what it says. It says, with loving smiles and their mouths are stretched so wide they can't even take a breath. You know, it's like in the face of all this crap, it's got to be a much better thing to try to be nice to each other, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
There it is, from the words of Wayne Coyne himself.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that stuff, but sure, that's what songs are for, you know?
That's absolutely correct. And yours are quite good at it. I was thinking when I was listening to your stuff, getting ready for the show, sometimes I wonder what music will be like in the year 2050, and I somehow feel that I will still be listening to something that sounds just like the Flaming Lips. Like it seems sort of, it's already futuristic.
Oh, you
kind of
really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Oh, wow.
Do you ever think about what the future's going to be like? Like what are we going to be like 100 years from now, or
Well, sometimes, when I think about it too much, I think, God, what's the point, But, but because things, trends and all that stuff come and go so quickly, especially in the realm of music. And if you love music and all that as much as, like, obviously like you do and I do and stuff like that, that sometimes it kind of bums you out that it's not necessarily quality music that becomes popular and all that. Sometimes it's so, things are so, how do you say?
thoughtless, trendy.
Well, it's everybody seems to have an agenda geared towards money and fame and all that sort of stuff, So I'm hoping that the world in general becomes just smart enough to see all that crap coming, You think they'd figure it out by now,
Yeah, you would think, but of course they haven't.
Yeah.
So should we hear another?
Oh, you want us to do more, huh?
Absolutely. I'm going to keep asking until you beg me to stop.
Okay, what are we going to do now? Oh, okay. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready.
You want to introduce this song?
Yeah, this next song is a song that we play a lot, but it has a sort of a dumb story that sort of goes along with it. And Stephen, how about I'll tell the story as you work us into it. You set the mood. Oh, are you gonna wait for Ronald? Okay. Well, this is a story about one day one of my older brothers who back when I wrote this song was taking a lot of downers. I think his favorite downer of the time was Xanax, and he took these drugs and went to the grocery store to buy some milk and some diapers and all that sort of stuff. And you guys will start, and then I'll you lead into it, yeah? Our brother's at the store, a genius when he's bored. He contemplates his consciousness. his hands, they sweat. He can't connect it yet. And he pulls all his resources. And he calls up the insects he commands. And the water bugs attack the policeman. So anyway, what had happened is, like I said, he took these drugs and he went into the store and he buys all this stuff and he comes back out to his car, and apparently that's when the drugs really started to kick in, and he goes back into the store and he buys the stuff again. He goes back out to his car, and as he's trying to drive out of the parking lot, he passes out in his car, and the security guard calls the police. Police come and they don't know what's wrong with him. They think he's had a heart attack or something, and they take him down to the hospital. And this next section of the song is like a little, it's like his drugged out interpretation of what's happened to him. My brother's at the morgue. He gets up off the floor. He contemplates his escape. But a guard waits at the door, and he feels his power soar as he pulls all his resources, and he calls up the insects he commands, and the water bugs attack the policeman. Take it away. This last part of the story is sort of where I came into it at. His wife gave me a call and said that she got this call from the hospital and I should go down there and see what was wrong with my brother. And I immediately thought that he, was in a car accident or had gotten shot or something. So we went down there, and whoever it was that was there, these doctors or whoever it was that was looking at him, they said that apparently he had overdosed on some kind of drug, and that when he woke up, they'd give us a call and we'd come down and get him. And apparently he woke up later and found his way home somehow. And when I asked him about it later, he never remembered anything about it. And this is sort of and it's a true story. And of course, everybody knows that we add in the part about the bugs being able to attack the authoritative figures. Here we go. He tries to make it home. He stops to use the phone, but he can't remember where the house is. But a cop waits at his car, so he needs his friends once more. He pulls all his resources, and he calls up the insects he commands, and the water bugs attack the policeman. Yeah, the water bugs attack the policeman. That's it.
It's the Flaming Lips live on Brave New World. They're playing the next 3 nights at Hollywood Moguls, and you should definitely look for their new album, Clouds Taste Metallic. That I remember that song from some like collection of B-sides on Warner Brothers, but was it ever on a full-length record? I don't think it was.
No,
right?
was. Warner Brothers puts out these free giveaway
Right.
compilations, at like like a CMJ and the South by Southwest, those sort of things, and they always ask us to do a track for them. and we always say yes, but it's always like, a year before you have to do it. And it came down to that day. I remember someone telling us that track was due, and of course we had no song. We never bothered with it. We always just throw it together at the last minute, like everybody does anyway. And this story that I'm telling about my brother, it happened on that day that we were putting this together to record for it. So we sort of had this, this chord sequence, and some idea of like, well, what should we do with this? We really have no real concept or any reason to even have a song. And then I got this call, and whenever you get a call that your brother's at the hospital, my brothers are weird old guys, and so we, dropped everything and went down there. And after, 3 or 4 hours of this, we sort of came back and collected, got back to figuring out the song, and just made this, put this story right into it, and it just worked out. And we really were just doing it as a demo, of like sort of what a song could be, and then we'd work on it more later. And I sort of felt as though telling the story would make the song better. And when we put the story and the song together, everybody just really liked it that way. So we thought, oh well, good. Then we'll just do that, and we never worked it up in anything better than that. So yeah.
And now it's just made its way into your live shows, and there it remains.
It's one of those songs that you can. I don't know. It's different, We have so many songs that are just, they're loud and noisy, and then that song just sort of gives everybody a break to say, oh, I see, you're talking and standing there instead of banging on stuff.
Now, Wayne, you kind of give off this attitude like, oh, we just throw these things together, but, you're not really, you're not really fooling anyone.
You saw us come in here with all this stuff, huh?
You and Michael have had this band for 10 years now. You must be doing something somewhat directed.
Right, we do. We get bored very easy, so the idea that we're going to go and do something and it could possibly screw up, I think, is part of the appeal, too.
I see.
And as everybody will quickly to point out, it does screw up a lot.
I sort of tend to think that you like to do the things people don't expect you to do. You seem to want to kind of do the opposite.
No, I think you give us too much credit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. There's an obliviousness that I think is good sometimes. Sure.
That could be. We were talking before about trends and genres, and the interesting thing about you, I mean, the most actually impressive thing about the Flaming Lips to me is that you have sort of remained separate from that. In 11 years, you've never really been labeled or stuck associated with the scene, or what's the secret to maintaining your identity like that?
I think it really depends on if you view those things as good or bad. I think that there's oftentimes a little the mainstream always seems to screw up and take the most obvious elements of interesting music, and they do this term that I like a lot, that it's called dumbing down, and things just become so homogenized so quickly that if you were a part of a trend, even if it was a good trend, that 6 months later you'd feel like a fool for even being involved in it, And unfortunately that happens a lot with clothes, haircuts, tattoos, and unfortunately music, And so I don't know if it's anything that we've tried to avoid, or if it's just an accident of just playing enough different types of music all the time, that if anybody really liked what you were doing, I think if people like what we're doing, they could obviously buy the records and see that we don't really have one thing that we do. We do a bunch of different stuff. And so no matter what sort of seems to come, up and down as far as, different types of music and different attitudes in music, I think because we don't really have one attitude, we have all kinds of different attitudes. And I think that's what people should do. In some ways, I think diversity is a good thing. I don't know why anybody would want to listen to 12 songs of all the same thing, of I mean, I don't understand.
I don't either.
But I think because we've done that, not to our credit, we just play the kind of music that we like, and it just happens to fall through the cracks of the
mainstream society.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's hear some more of that non-mainstream falling through the cracks type stuff.
What are we gonna play on this one? How much longer do we have?
We go till midnight. I mean, as long as we're having a good time, we can just keep playing.
Okay.
But don't wear yourselves out. I don't want to ruin you for the next 3 nights of Los Angeles.
We weren't really prepared to play too many songs, but we have this one song that we don't really even know that well, but we like a lot. And there's a song that we play we played a lot in our set that it's that Louis Armstrong. It's not. It's a Wonderful World that Louis Armstrong's done, and this is another song that we think is just one of those great songs that everybody can relate to, and it's a song that is written by who's it? Burt Bacharach, Hal David, made famous by
B.J. Thomas.
B.J. Thomas, yeah. And it's another one of them sad, sappy songs. Huh?
What's it called?
This is called Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
It's the Flaming Lips playing live on Brave New World.
You ready? Is wrong? Okay. Yeah? Okay.
1, 2, 1.
Raindrops are falling on my head, but just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they sent to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. 'Cause raindrops are falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. 'Cause crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining. Because I'm free, nothing's worrying me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks, everybody.
Raindrops Are Falling on My Head live by the Flaming Lips here on Brave New World. You guys are the greatest for coming down here. It sounded
No,
terrific.
thanks for having us, and I think that's
my
great.
pleasure.
With, to be in the company of Elvis Costello and Richard Davies and Luna and all those people today, that's the best thing in the world.
Well, you put them all to shame, I think, with your lovely renditions and interesting arrangements and witty banter.
Well, thanks.
All right, I've got absolutely nothing queued up here. What should I play? Pick a song from Clouds Taste Metallic.
Oh, God, one of ours.
Well, I think those are mostly yours on this record.
Yeah, do the first one. That's easy.
Oh, I love that one. The Abandoned Hospital Ship. Go see the Flaming Lips at Hollywood Moguls the next few nights, and definitely check out any of their releases, but their most recent is called Clouds Taste Metallic.
Thanks. Well...